Hi, welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham D, and I'm joined by a man in a Christmas sweater. God damn, let's take a look at this bad boy. His name
Mr. Vikki.
is Bibby. I'll read Bib.
Hello, Graham. Good after morning. Yes, it is now. We went live in the AM this morning.
Yeah.
So this we're still counting this as being in the AM. It's not after morning yet. It's definitely still morning, in my opinion.
100%. We've been live for 52 minutes for pre-show. That's because we've not had much content recently. Oh, no, we have, actually. Bibby brought you a double Fortnite scoop stream over the weekend. I got some PUBG in as well, despite it being birthday weekends, and we brought you 9 hours of the birthday bash last week and stuff. But because we're not as frequent as we are, we've got a bit more to talk about. So, yeah, the pre-show for the last two shows has been like an hour on their own, so god damn. Hi, welcome back. That was me waiting for the transition. I don't like talking through
blue screen.
No, I don't like talking through the transitions because for anyone who doesn't know, a bit of OBS behind the scenes and stuff. When you hit the transition, it mutes your mics or drops your mics a little bit, cuts out the audio a little bit. So I don't like to keep talking through that, because if someone's listening away and then I come back up again, they're like, "What the fuck did you say? I missed that important bit." So I usually shut up as that happens. What Bibby doesn't see what we're seeing, so Bibby just has to assume that I'm still here. Are you okay? I'm fine, actually, mate. Yes, nice. So yes, anyway, we are here to talk about video games. That's what the whole point is. We are here. My name is Graham. This is Bib. This is Ice Cream Uploads. In a true ice creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast.
If we do say so ourselves.
So we are here for the next... It's supposed to be an hour or so. We'll try probably fly through things a bit quick because we have meetings and stuff. But we have 4 stories from the world of video games, and we're going to give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories. But it's not just about our thoughts and impressions. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So if you are in the stream, we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads.
Where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Kinda. So yeah, if you are in the stream, please do feel free to get involved, because the live stream is turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon Music and Google Play. That is a lot of places where over 200,000 people. That is a ridiculous amount of people.
Yeah.
Like,
insane.
Usually I'd be like, that's over twice the crowd at Old Trafford, but, you know, we've been playing recently. That's like 6 times the crowd at Old Trafford. God damn. So, yeah, that's a lot of people that do watch and listen to this podcast on demand. So if you are in the stream, please do feel free to get involved on behalf of those beautiful people. Let's jump into the split screen. Okay, straight into today's news. We were talking about GTA in the pre-show because everyone's talking about GTA. It's the 4th of December, and GTA are bringing some content this week, so it would be stupid not to talk about GTA. So if you want to get involved in the pre-shows, we've been live for 52 minutes already talking about that and, well, hotels in Blackpool, amongst many other things. So please do feel free to join us for the pre-shows whenever we go live on Twitch. If not, just join us here in the podcast stuff where we go through the news, including today's. Did you see GTA's tweet last week, babe?
I most certainly did. Graham. I was genuinely, just before we get onto that bit, I was thinking I might just start posting the pre-show. You know, it's just like a completely separate podcast, just shit talking with ICU or something.
We'll have the scoop, and this can be the poop. It's the poop before the scoop. Pooper scooper. Yeah, let's go.
There you go.
So yes,
yeah, I did.
Bibby saw it, and so did a lot of other people. If you don't know what it is, it's GTA's trailer, or specifically a tweet about the trailer. This is written by John Midler at VGC, and it says, GTA 6's trailer tweet is now the most liked gaming post ever. The previous most liked gaming tweet was also about GTA 6. So Rockstar Games' tweet announcing the release of the first trailer for GTA 6 is now the most liked gaming-related tweet of all time. The post, which confirmed that the first Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer will arrive on December the 5th, that's tomorrow, by the way, received over 1.8 million likes in 24 hours. The previous most liked gaming-related tweet was also from Rockstar. It's November 2023 tweet confirming that the first trailer for the next GTA game would be arriving in December. Rockstar confirmed in February 2022 that active development for the next entry in the GTA series was well underway, but didn't provide any more details about the game. However, in September 2022, one of the game's industry's most high-profile high-profile data leaks saw over an hour of GTA 6 development footage published online, giving players their first look at the sequel to one of the best-selling games of all time. The leaked footage included open-world gameplay from an alpha build of GTA 6 and seemingly confirmed a previous report that claimed the game will take place in Vice City and feature a female protagonist. Rockstar owner Take-Two has forecast a sharp jump in sales during its next fiscal year, driven by the release of several groundbreaking titles. This has fueled speculation that GTA 6 will be released during the 12 months ending March 31st, 2025, which, if that's the case, then what we're talking Christmas-ish sort of time next year. But that's it. GTA doesn't need Christmas to succeed. GTA just is Christmas in its own way. So anyway, wrapping that back up, GTA 6 has beaten the most liked gaming post, which was about GTA 6, with a new post about GTA 6, which just basically says that a lot of people are hyped about this. What are your thoughts, Mr. Bibb?
Yeah, I mean, we are definitely in that realm now where it is just the video game landscape is, I think, about to change. Like you do start to feel like the gaming landscape as a whole seems to go through trends. Whether or not it be through a battle royale phase, whether or not it be through an adventure phase, whether or not it be through gimmicks like the Nintendo Wii controllers or gyro controls or whatever it might be. GTA always seems to be a trendsetter, and I don't know whether or not it's because it is one of the most in-demand IPs, or it's just because they keep on evolving with the way that we don't know how we're going to be playing video games in 10 years. Like again, genres and trends change constantly in the video game landscape. So they could be bringing something new to us that we haven't seen in video games yet, or the way that we perceive video games to be. I thought Cyberpunk might have been that game. Obviously, it wasn't. However, Cyberpunk is in a place now where Night City is just a beautiful place to be knocking around. It doesn't really evolve much, but it definitely gives you a new place to be able to have as your playground, shall we say. And GTA have always been exceptional when it comes to that stuff, whether or not it be the storytelling aspects of it, whether or not it would be the online aspects of it, or a third-party company like 5M coming in and creating a completely different game using their engine, where you are literally yourself and you are in a world being created by somebody else. Very much Ready Player One-esque, where you can be anybody and do whatever you want, create your own narratives and things like that. They've just given you the tools for it. But the way in which we perceive video games as, in my opinion, ultimately been shaped by Grand Theft Auto over the last 20 years. Like the Grand Theft Auto games that we saw on the original PlayStation, it moved the needle to a degree, but it didn't change the landscape of video games until GTA 3. And then since then, they have literally been the dining at the top table. There is very few IPs and very few companies like Rockstar that can sit at the top table and say pretty much everything that they brought out has been a banger, whether or not you're looking at Manhunt, Bully, or any of the other games in between. Like, they seem to consistently release bangers, and this is going to be no exception. This will be the biggest game in video games, and that it doesn't take a genius to work that out. It doesn't take someone who's obviously worked in the video games industry to know that. Anybody who's played video games over the last 20 years will ultimately know that. But I genuinely think that this is going to open a door to a completely different way in which we play an adventure game, open world games, storyline, narrative driven games. Like, this will have it all, and I can't wait to genuinely see what they've got cooking, because it's been so long, nearly 3 console generations.
Madness.
I want to see what they've got going on, because it genuinely is going to be the top of everybody's list next year. I mean, we haven't got a date of when it's likely to be coming out. I think people were saying it's going to be 2024. I don't think it's going to be then. If it is, it's going to be Christmas next year. But it could even be the year after that. And I will wait as long as it takes for this game to come out, because I know it's going to hit. Like, they might not need as many patches to be able to fix it as every other game around them, because I believe that when they release a game, it will always be to their liking. They're not being forced, not being pressured to get this game out there anytime soon. They've been sat on it for too long already. Another year won't hurt them. It'll just build anticipation more, if anything.
Yeah, so this article says that, well, Rockstar, their own forecast said that the next fiscal year will be driven by a release of, quote, several groundbreaking titles, which obviously starts to fuel the rumour mill. So that's why over the next fiscal year, ending March 31st, 2025. Obviously, over that year, rather than the one that we're in. That's the reason why people think it's going to come out sometime in 2024, because it could be one of those several groundbreaking titles. It also might not be. So, when you ask on some sort of earnings call, every title is a groundbreaking title. So that could mean something or nothing at all in context of GTA. So, yeah, could be. I mean, the fact that they're starting to talk about it now, the fact that we were seeing early dev stuff a year ago that still looked pretty solid, realistically, makes me feel like, yeah, it could come out in 2024. Absolutely could do. They've had a decade to work on it. So, yeah, it's very likely. Or possible, not necessarily likely. What you said, though, in the fact that they match the beat of their own drum, no brand in video games has that to the extent that Rockstar has. They don't bother going to E3. They don't bother rocking up at EGX. Why should we go to MCMs and Gamescoms and the like that? We'll just put a trailer out. One trailer on Tuesday at 3:47, and we will get 70 bajillion likes, and everyone will talk about that. Like, everyone is talking about the fact that tomorrow is GTA trailer release day. Tuesday this week is the biggest day in video games. The Game Awards are taking place on Thursday. Nobody's talking about that, which shows you just how big GTA is. They don't need to talk in terms of your calendar. Oh, in time for Christmas. No, you'll find a way to buy it. You'll find a way to buy it on the PS3 and the PS4 and the PS5, because this is GTA 5 and that's how it works. And that again, but with GTA 6. So the bits that I'm looking forward to seeing, though, is female protagonist, nice, new angle with the story. We went from male protagonist to 3 male protagonists last time. Are we going to have just the one protagonist this time? Are we going to have 3 stories interwoven again? I want to see how they go with that, because the 3 stories last time, I wasn't sure. I do feel that I don't have as much attachment to the characters in GTA 5 story as I do from like Carl Johnson or Tommy Vercetti or Nico Bellic and things like that, because my brain is split across all 3 of the characters in there. You'll have key moments that you might remember from one of the 3, like Trevor, I can't remember, Michael, and what was the other dude called? I can't remember. But like, you'll remember key bits with them, but you don't like have that affinity with them. And for me, that's probably because they were watered down a bit by having 3 of them. So maybe if we go back to one character, that's fine by me. We can get a narrative that builds that way. I'd like to see that. But I want to know where they evolve. Like Franklin, that's the one. I want to know where they evolve, because GTA always evolves. Like we just had did the character in GTA 3 have a name, or was that just you? I can't quite remember. It's been that long since it. But then we evolved to Tommy.
Yes, he did.
Tommy Vercetti's storyline, anyway, was very switched on. And then you move to Carl Johnson, and then you build, as Carl Johnson, you can get into relationships. You can make yourself be hench and go to the gym. You can eat loads of food and put on weight. And you can Claude, okay. So you can do your own sort of shit. Like, you control your own spin of the character as Carl Johnson. And then Nico Bellic, you get like new different dimensions then, like with the hey cousin, let's go bowling. And then that obviously evolves into 3 different characters and multiple storylines and stuff. How do we evolve this time? Because since that game came out, we've had GTA RP, No Pixels, 5M, and all that sort of stuff popping up. Obviously, Rockstar bought into that. So are we going to see the game not just bringing you the GTA mainline storyline? I mean, that will still be its own thing, hopefully, its own condensed thing, just like a Modern Warfare storyline is condensed, and then you get the multiplayer stuff and the war zones and DMZs and stuff on the back of that. We're going to have that, but will we see the game actively building into those areas? Because that's where GTA excels for me. My worry is that GTA 5 to GTA 6 is PS4 to PS5. Don't get me wrong, it's a monumental jump forward, technological advancements under the hood, but you don't really notice anything different. Like, I mean, obviously you do, but you go with it. But the jump from a PS2 to a PS3 or a 3 to a 4 were very significant kind of thing. Are we going to see, like, quality of life upgrades from GTA 5 with a bit of fresher lick of paint to GTA 6? Is that all it's going to be, or are we going to see new ways of interacting, new functions within the game. Like I said, that going from Vice City to San Andreas, where you can go and play pool and you can go and play darts and you can go and get pissed for the first time and all that sort of stuff. You could get corners if you want them, get some tattoos on your character and get all that stuff that wasn't in there. Just little bits that get added on that makes the whole thing bigger. That's what I want to know. We obviously won't see that in this trailer right now. Either way, I am fecking hyped because it's been 10 years since we've had this moment and we're finally here. Yeah. We're on the precipice. Vasser.
I think I dropped a bullet there because I thought it was Claude in GTA 3, but I thought you said GTA. I was opening the window. So was you talking about the original GTAs as well?
Oh, no, GTA 3. I couldn't remember. So I played GTA 3 a bajillion years ago, but it was one that I played with my mate in his kitchen. So.
Okay. And so you had right then. I know Smithy said no name. But I thought GTA 3 definitely had a name, but it just doesn't get spoken that often. But then when he said Claude is GTA 3's character, I was like, did he mean the original ones? Because I might not have heard that bit.
Nah, you're right. I predict at least one police chase in the trailer. I think you may be okay with that prediction. What if it's a bad game? And that's the thing, though. I mean, we won't tell this from the trailer. My prediction is it's just going to be amazing. Ta-da! You've got to do something significantly wrong to when everyone wants your game to succeed. You've got to do something significantly wrong to lose people at the teaser trailer bit, because that's where we are. We've had obviously forced teasers. The trailer doesn't give the game away, not entirely. It will give you some answers, but it will also make more questions. That's the point of the first trailer, is to make people go, I want to know more. I need to see more. So you are doing something incredibly wrong if you are pissing people off with the questions that you're leaving them, or the way that you present that and so on. If it's people getting pissed off because there's, I don't know, a transgender flag or whatever, then get to fuck. You're probably not going to enjoy life for the next forever because, all that sort of shit. But that stuff's there or there or not anyway. The problems would be more like if they hit the Xbox TV moment and we're going in a new direction. This game is always online and is fueled by crypto and all these other things. That's the sort of stuff where they probably, if they're going to fuck up, they'll fuck up. But I don't think they will. I feel like Rockstar know what makes their game good. They know what people want. They know how to ruffle feathers. That's what the game's always done. Controversially allowing you to steal cars in the 90s and then taking the piss out of celebrities, Hollywood, lifestyles, allowing you to listen to radio stations that were full of like comedy stories and all the rest of stuff. So I feel like they have a good, deep and socially aware team that will bring us something that I can't see them failing it right now. I mean, ask me after tomorrow, we'll see. But right now, I can't see it.
Yeah. I get what Wobbles is saying there as well, saying that what if it is going to be a bad game? What if it could be a Cyberpunk 2.0? And I'm sat on the fence with that because I feel like the expectations could be that big for this game that it misses the mark, or just something doesn't work correctly, and it could not be as successful as GTA 5. But at the same time, I feel like they have earned the right, and I mean CD Projekt did, let's be honest. The CD Projekt earned the right for it to not hit the mark, but to completely miss it, that was on them. I just feel like Rockstar give themselves, I think they've earned the right and earned the credit to, just put out what they think is correct, and then we can work it out from there. Like I believe that when they put this out, they're going to be extremely proud of it, and people will be fighting to get their names on the game. Whereas people was definitely with Cyberpunk trying to take their name off of it. Like they was deleting it from their LinkedIn profiles and everything. So, I believe that they are. I believe that this game is going to be a monumental for them. Yeah, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt with this.
I agree. I don't think this will be a CDPR like situation with Cyberpunk, because when have you really known Rockstar to not stick the landing. The landing has been shit, unquestionably. If you played GTA 4, 5, and then specifically at the launch of online, GTA 5 had server issues because too many people wanted into it. That was a victim of success, not a victim of failure. GTA Online went live, and too many people were trying to get into it. Once again, a victim of success, not failure. And they fixed that tenfold. Obviously, people have been playing it for 10 years now. So I don't believe they have a precedent of that level of failure. Whereas The Witcher came out not broken to Cyberpunk levels, but came out not what it is right now. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Game of the Year, didn't start out as Game of the Year. It started out as, that could be a lot better, could that? Oh, yeah. So CD Projekt have had more of a history of not failing, but being rocky from the start, whereas Rockstar have had more of a history of landing. That said, gaming in 2013 was under much less scrutiny than gaming in 2024 and 2025. There's a completely different content shift in terms of, in day one, it won't just be, I'm going to go to load up Eurogamer and VG247 and Kotaku and whatever websites and so on to get their opinions on it. You could load up 17 different content creators that within an hour of it being out will have had videos out. These are my first impressions. This is my evolving first impressions. This is the meta loadout sort of stuff that you need to use. It's not even a multiplayer game. What the fuck do I need? What the fuck? That sort of stuff. Getting all the clicks and so on. So this will be different because it will have to go through that content mill that it's never had to go through before. But Rockstar, also, this could be a part of it. It might not be a part of it. It could be me clutching at straws trying to find new ways to think about it. But Rockstar makes games for console primarily. And the issue with CD Projekt Red was that they make games for PC primarily. And it was the console editions that were incredibly bad. The PC editions as a whole were okay. Don't get me wrong, they weren't flawless. Spike can vouch for that. We got him a PC copy early doors, and he said it wasn't a bad playthrough. There was bugs, there was bits that I noticed, but wasn't terrible. Rockstar are making games for console, and then we'll move it to PC when it's right. Whether that's at launch or whether it's after, like they've always done before, we'll see. But they make sure that it works before they move it to the different systems because they can do that, and other brands can't necessarily. They go, okay, we'll launch on PC. 4 months after, 6 months after, a year after, once we've got everything working there as well. So they have precedence of not pushing it too hard in the public eye. Whether they're still fucking crunching and working people to the bone for that 12 months or something. I mean, there's rumours that is the case or so on. But for when it actually gets out, it works. There is evidence of CDPR going, we didn't actually really think that there was going to be that many people playing it on console, or we didn't think it was going to be that bad. Nobody really looked at it, or whatever it was. There's those sort of quotes around it. You wouldn't expect that with a Rockstar thing. So, I mean, I appreciate you asking the questions from a devil's advocate standpoint.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't believe Rockstar have failed us in that sort of format before. I think the only way that I see a danger of them failing is people don't like change. And if people have played Grand Theft Auto for 10 years, Grand Theft Auto 5, that is, GTA Online, and suddenly there's a massive overhaul to GTA Online, or they have two separate worlds. You've got the GTA 5 online bit and the GTA 6 online bit until they phase that bit out. However they're going to do that, it won't work for some people. And some people go, I don't like this. I know what I like, and that's white. There's a nice little TV reference there about bread for you. People like what they like. And if this is too different, trying to make people be more modern, that can ruffle feathers. I think that is probably where they're going to do something wrong. Not in terms of it being broken, not in terms of it not sticking the landing in that sort of sense. I think it could just be a case of if they introduce something, because they always innovate, sometimes innovations aren't appreciated. And it can be 10 years later on when innovation's appreciated. That Xbox TV, always online, DRM, play your console, bullshit, fuck that stuff, is in place in every single video game right now. Xbox were just too soon with it and pitched it in the wrong way. So that's where the danger is for them. But I believe. Okay, let me catch up so we can move on. It might have more RPG elements, like they introduced in RDR2. Exactly. I think that's the kind of way that we'll go with the storyline as well. If I'm honest, talk shows on muted. Hi, by the way. Hi.
Hey.
I feel like there will be more of that. They've started to introduce more of that over the years anyway, choosing if you guys sportier and can run faster and so on, as just quirky little bits. But that actually builds into the story and the way your character comes along. So, I feel like we'd get more of that sort of stuff too. I'd have done that bit. One thing and this is what I want is the most, is some sort of alien mystery. They've been in the games for a while, a UFO or something. Yeah, exactly. You want it to be stupid as to an extent. You want it to be serious and gritty, but like there's an advert about like taxidermy or whatever, stuffing your animals and all that, and then fucking one of the restaurants was called the Glory Hole. Glory Hole, where strangers become friends. You want that level of stupidity, whether it's aliens or whatever. If that's not in it, then you're missing part of it. I'm excited as they've added multiple accessibility roles in the last 12 months. God, man. God. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If Rockstar aren't looking out for accessibility with all of the funds and resources and things that they have, then something is incredibly wrong there. In terms of something being wrong is whoever's making the decisions is the wrong person to be making those decisions. Watching the scoop at the game and then go kill Virtual Bibby and Virtual Graham with a flamethrower. Thank you, mate. Please have good flying controls. What? Do you know that flying school, mission that pissed everyone off? I absolutely nailed that, but it pissed me off for ages because I didn't realise that my landing gear was out, and you fly slow with the landing gear out, so it pissed me off for about an hour until I realised I had to click my R3 or whatever it was to make my landing gear go in to do that. So it's the train one that everyone gets pissed off. Fucking, all you had to do was get the goddamn train, CJ. That's what pissed me off. The expectation will be huge. They're going to be under the most pressure we've ever seen on a video games company be under. I think their price point may be their stumbling block, if anything. Like, people will still pay, but if it's £150, then a lot of people will like, psh, fuck that. I mean, do GTA really do special editions? I can't remember because it's been 10 years. Like, I know that they do exist, and they had things like the box sets for the CDs and stuff like that. But like, can we see that? Do we see what your 70 quid for your normal edition and 150 quid for a special edition? Or are you thinking 150 quid is base? Because that, I can't see them doing that.
It'd be amazing if they did actually release like I know this is gonna sound bizarre, but if they released like £150 version of it or a £200 version, and you got like vinyls of each of the soundtracks, of each of the radio stations that are going to be in it, and it has like, I don't know, 20 songs or 12 songs, whatever it is, on the vinyl of some of the songs from the radio station. It has the artwork for that radio station and things. I think that would be absolutely amazing, because vinyls themselves now are like, what, £30 a pop, £35 a pop, and you can get them in within that as well as part of a big bundle. That'd be sick.
I mean, I just want them to have Vice FM, which is like all of the songs from Vice City, just an 80s sort of, yeah, I'll have that one on all the time. Thank you very much, mate. I honestly think they'll nail it, but I like the debate. Social media can make or break a game these days, says Wobbles. It won't be more than £80 RRP. They don't need to overprice their game. They can make money from GTA Online. And I agree. And they've got precedent with not necessarily ripping people off. They give GTA Online away for free, and they did like free versions of it on multiple formats and so on, when others wouldn't, or still like we're thinking, yeah, you could still rinse a bit more money out of that, but they're very good in the long game with that sort of stuff. So I don't think they will push it stupidly high. I think whatever the respected retail price, the RRP, is at the point of release is what it will come out at, and then is where it will stay. It'll be like a Nintendo tax game. It will stay at that price. It won't drop down to like, oh, it's 30 quid after a week. Nah, it's not happening. You'll have to trade in your old games if you want it discounted. It'll be 90 quid for the standard. I reckon they'll have an 89.99 special edition for something linked with GTA Online. Hi, you good peeps? Oh, P3.
Yeah.
I very much doubt it. They don't need to price it that high. They don't, but they'll be able to, and people will pay it. That's the thing, though. They will be able to, and people will pay it. But they are owners of one of the top 3, maybe top 2 IPs. I think it's top 3, because I think Minecraft and Tetris are both above it, unless it's changed again. But it's in that sort of conversation. Like GTA 5 is one of the top 3, unless something else has come up there and moved it around. Top 5 video games of all time. They know how to make money, and they know how to make money consistently. I don't feel like they will stupidly overprice to begin with, not for the basic in, because they know that, okay, we can earn money off the sale, but if we get more people in, we'll earn more money off of whatever the equivalent of the fucking shark cards or whatever they're going to be in the season mode content stuff. Anyway, my first experience with GTA 5, I saw a cat. I was in a car, I thought, nah, can't allow us to run over a cat. A few minutes later, I was mourning the passing of Tiddles and wiping some of him off my bonnet.
Do you remember like GTA 5 though, and you had like the app, and you could like
feed your dog?
You could feed your dog. Yeah, what was it called?
The big Rottweiler. I can't remember his name.
The dog was called Chop, but what was the app called?
GTA Social Club. Rockstar Social Club.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
That's the bit that was on about earlier on. So they've binned off the Rockstar Social Club now. So that's where I'm intrigued to see how the crews will work, because you used to manage a lot of that through the Rockstar Social Club account. And I imagine what the world has changed in 10 years. So every game has their own accounts and stuff now that you link to your PSN account. So rather than having to do it away from PSN, your PSN and your Steam and your Xbox account will all fit into your general Rockstar account or whatever, and you'll probably run it through that way. But yeah. So that has apparently been done away with. So all of the stuff that used to be on the site around that just doesn't exist anymore. About a month or so, it just disappeared. And all of those functions still exist, but in slightly different formats. They had some sort of GTA 5 Gold Edition for shark cards. What's this link? Vinyls, yeah. I like the Vice City CD box set. There was like a 6 CD box set where you got all the radios. Yeah.
That's what gave me the idea for like the vinyls and stuff, because I think that'll just fly off the shelf, even if it's like is HMV even still a thing? But if HMV is still around, like having that out and about, people will literally lap that shit up.
Yeah. I've never played GTA Online, but just like 2 hours, like me, same. I spent a shitload of time in the custom modes, Stunters versus Snipers, which was, I've spoke about this before. You basically have a runway with a shitload of cars at each end, and then a platform floating in the air, and there's cars at each end drive down the runway, hit some ramps that send them over the top of the platform, and you've got to get your speed just right so that you can slap these people off the top of the thingy. So there's like 6 people on the floor, 6 people on the platform. The 6 people on the floor have to knock the people off the platform. The people on the platform have sniper rifles, so they can snipe you out of the cars as you're driving, or as you're driving around, or as you're jumping, or whatever. And it's whoever wins. It's obviously it's stupid, batshit crazy stuff, but it was just it was the kind of stuff where you could have a couple of beers and be like, "This is fucking amazing." So yeah, I spent more time in that because you didn't get killed instantly. The iFruit app, that's the one. Yeah. Nice. So anyway, we'll put a pin in that for now. So GTA 6 has already started breaking records. The tweet about it is the most liked gaming tweet or post ever, surpassing the previous most liked post, which was also about that, where they announced that they will be announcing an announcement. Nice. So yeah, it's on course to be absolutely record breaking, and we'll keep our eyes on that. For now though, let's jump into this. Vikki Blake over at Eurogamer has this article. It says Xbox spends, quote, over $1 billion a year, end quote, on Xbox Game Pass. We have no plans to bring Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not in our plans. So Xbox spends over $1 billion a year on its Xbox Game Pass subscription service. That's from Xbox boss Phil Spencer himself, who confirmed the eye-watering figure in an interview with Windows Central earlier this week. Quote, we've put a lot of money into the market, over $1 billion a year, supporting third-party games coming into Game Pass, Spencer said. What we see in Game Pass is a service that supports all kinds of games, from the biggest games to the unknown indie games that you didn't know you would love until you played it. Game Pass was one of the things... I've lost it because I scrolled. One of the things you know that over the last 5 years we built and we continue to grow. It's on PC, it's on cloud. It's an important part of the Xbox console identity, and I think it will continue to be that. And we will continue to look at future ways for us to innovate across our game portfolio and our platform, end quote. And if you've been clinging on to the hope that Xbox's subscription may eventually come to other platforms, you may have to hold on a little longer, I'm afraid. Quote, we have no plans to bring Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not in our plans, Spencer confirmed. The thing I want to be focused on is how do we continue to innovate for people who we've made the commitment to made the I'm guessing that should have the word own in there, who've made the commitment to own our hardware platform. Or no, actually, I missed the word platform. Anyway, you get the idea. And how do we continue to make it sure that they feel great about their investment in what we've built? End quote. Xbox says it's actively working on launching a mobile store soon, which we spoke about the other day. But right now, Xbox has spent $1 billion a year on Game Pass, sourcing all the top content, some at launch, some around launch. Either way, if you've got an Xbox Game Pass subscription, you get access to hundreds of games. Exclamation mark Game Pass in the chat, by the way, if you're an old school viewer and you want to see that again. You get access to a bunch of games, EA games, soon to be more Activision games, and so on. Is that $1 billion well spent? What are your thoughts, Mr. Bibb?
Well, it all comes down to how much have they taken in. Like, if they've obviously made more than they've lost, then they're in profit. But I don't believe at this moment in time that they are, purely based off of the games that they have at their own disposal from their own studios. Like, it's all well and good having games from third parties there day one, but ultimately, from your own studios, that's where the profit margin will start to increase, rather than having to pay another company to have theirs on day one. And I think that's might be where they're falling down slightly. I mean, as an Xbox Game Pass subscriber myself, it is unbelievable value for money. But in the long game, is it sustainable? And that is the most important question, and a question that's kind of been haunting them since its inception. Is it going to be long-term profitable? And when you're spending that amount of money a year without having stuff that you can follow up with your own video game studios, I'm not too sure. But for as long as it's there, I'm going to be a subscriber for it, because I am definitely getting more than my value, more value for money for myself than any other subscription out there for video games. So ultimately, it's great for me. Is it great for them long term? I don't know. It's an age old question, Graham, because we have this conversation every time we bring up Game Pass. Is it sustainable? And unfortunately, we will never know, because they don't tend to release the figures of how many subscribers they have had and how much money they have made this year. So I suppose it's going to be a banger until it's not, and it doesn't exist anymore. But I believe that they will keep this being, if it is a profit loss, they will keep it going for as long as they can. They'll keep it on life support.
Yeah, I think the same. I mean, we're looking at the Epic Games Store. It's a company that's worth multi-billions, and they spend billions on keeping the Epic Games Store alive, trying to make that into being a self-sustaining thing. It isn't yet. And I feel like the same thing is there with Game Pass. It's probably not self-sustaining yet. So microtransactions may tip the balance with this too. I feel like that will help. Obviously, you get subscriptions from Game Pass. So I've got an Xbox Game Pass subscription for like the next 2 years or something, sat there for when I need it. I'm paid in. Other people will be doing the same. Other people will pay in regularly or so on. So that's some money. But then I fire up the game. I go, oh, there's another game there that's not on Game Pass. I may buy that game. That's extra revenue. Oh, I've got this game, but I've not got the expansion or the DLC or the season pass. I'll buy that. That's more revenue. I still feel like it's probably not there yet. I mean, it could be. It could be with the fact that they've never given us the concrete information that says, yeah, this is actually $1 billion and we earn $3 billion back. So it's quids in, winner winner chicken dinner. We've never had that said, and if they've not said that, quite often what they're not saying is saying something else. So for me, I don't feel it is probably there. It's probably not far off, and they probably are working more and more towards that. The key thing, though, is what Bibby said. Like, if you're not got your own games around that, that's where the difference is. Because if you want to put EA's games on that, that's where the $1 billion goes. You have to give them 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand, whatever it costs for that game, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Whereas if it's your game, you pay for your development, but then you recruit all of the money that comes in is your profit. Well, not profit, but you take it all until you make a profit, obviously. Mm-hmm. And we haven't had that. That said, we did get a message the other day that could be a bit of bluster, that doesn't turn out to be anything really. But this Thursday is the Video Game Awards. And the last time Xbox had a major presence at the Video Game Awards, they announced their flagship console, the Xbox Series X. They preface that by going, hey, we've got something exciting at the Game Awards. And then they didn't do that for the next couple of years. But this year, Xbox have emailed their user base to say, we have something that you don't want to miss. Some cool, important announcements, I think might have been the phrase that they said, something along those lines. And they've not done that since announcing the Xbox Series X. That makes me feel that maybe we are possibly getting to that point where Game Pass is probably starting to wash its own face. But now Xbox might start rolling out with its own titles. They have so many studios that are not doing anything publicly, but they'll all be doing something behind the scenes. Sooner or later, those efforts will have to bear fruit, or those studios will have to go. And Xbox has been trimming the fat off their workforce too frequently, and as the entire industry has. But those studios are still there, still working away on things. So if that's this, if Xbox suddenly goes, oh, by the way, we've got 3 new games coming in the first half of next year. We'll join us in the Xbox Summer Showcase to see what's coming out towards the end of next year or whatever. It's like suddenly Xbox are releasing 4 major games, 1 a quarter next year. 6 games once every couple of months, maybe, or more. So we're getting a game almost every month next year. Suddenly that starts to give people reasons to buy into that, and then it starts to do more than just washing its own face. Plus, you get all the expansions and the DLC and the games as a service, in-app purchases and stuff. I feel like it sounds like a scary amount of money, and it's probably not washing its face, but I don't feel like it's anything for Xbox. I mean, they've got Microsoft money. I don't feel like it's anything for them to be worried about. Mm-hmm. We've seen Microsoft throw stupid amounts of money around with Mixer and then pull the plug when it doesn't have signs of life. And they've been tinkering with Game Pass a lot longer than they were tinkering with Mixer. If it wasn't healthy, Microsoft would have killed it by now. They're not afraid of doing that. So, yeah, a lot of money, but it definitely sounds like it's going in the right direction. And as long as it continues to be the greatest deal in gaming, then that's fine by me and fine for you guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
I say own your own games. And that's the key thing, though. I feel like they will do. I feel like they will introduce them. They have to. It will happen eventually. We've just had some duffers. Hi-Fi Rush Game of the Year, but it's not really going to shift numbers. Halo, it's gone. Don't get me wrong, phenomenal game there. I mean, we had an event with it the other week. It's definitely got something there, but Xbox can't have it's got something there on an indie level or a AAA level. It needs to have... It's not something there. It just needs to be something. Like, oh my God, that is something. Oof. No, it can't just be a bit of something. It needs to be all of something. And once they start dropping a couple of those, then the whole thing will change. The Xbox Mini Fridge Pro confirmed. In before Xbox have bought Rockstar and GTA 6 as a Microsoft exclusive. Oh, imagine that. Now, if there's anything that you want to get the court cases fired up again, that's Microsoft buying Rockstar. I mean, fucking Activision is one thing, but Rockstar, sheesh. Nice. Okay, next article. Jumping from Xbox over to PlayStation, and not quite as good news, at least not from the headline. I've not read the article, but we'll go through it. Vikki Blake at Eurogamer says, PlayStation will soon remove digital content from players' libraries, even if they've paid for it. Quote, due to our content licensing arrangements, you will no longer be able to watch any of your purchased Discovery content. So PlayStation has begun emailing players to inform that due to content licensing arrangements from 31st of December, some Discovery content will be removed from players' libraries, even if they've paid for it. The statement, which says the change affects only Discovery content for now, doesn't explain why content is being removed, nor apologises for it. All it does is thank players for their continued support. As of 31st of December 2023, this is the quote, by the way, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library, the brief statement explains. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. Thank you. I mean, you've just said that, but okay, nice one. End quote. The decision wipes hundreds of shows and movies from the store and from some players' own libraries. As you may well expect, the notification has not gone down well with the PlayStation community, with some suggesting that this is the reality of an all-digital future. Digital content, even the content you pay for, is only ever licensed. That means the only way to preserve your favourite media is to buy it physically, and that's only if it's available physically in the first place, of course. Although PlayStation didn't give a reason as to why the content was being withdrawn, some suggest it's because the network merged with Warner Bros. Last year, and as such, licensing arrangements need to be revised and renewed. In case you missed it, Sony has patented an updated DualSense controller design that... What the fuck? That's got nothing to do with this. Bit of a shoehorn there, but yes. Discovery entitlements affected titles, said the image within the tweet. This is the shit part of a digital future.
Yeah.
You don't own it. You rent it. Even if you buy it, you can rent it and then you can buy it. One is rental, one is long-term rental. That's effectively all it is. You don't ever own the rights to any digital content. And if licensing arrangements, aka dudes in suits, change their mind elsewhere, you can have stuff removed, as has happened here. Thoughts, Mr. Bibb?
Yeah, this is. Again, we've talked about this in great detail, and it's just one of these instances where I am someone who loves to collect physical media. I don't collect everything. I only collect games that resonated with me or games that I enjoyed playing in the past, things that have a memory attached to them. They're the games that I'll end up collecting. We are very lucky in terms of we get given a lot of video game keys to cover. So the latest games we get an opportunity to be able to play. They are given to us free of charge. So our opinions are never bought with them. It's very rare that we actually do any kind of hashtag ad stuff. But we have a lot of friends in a lot of places that actually give us this stuff. So in terms of owning a large catalogue of digital media, I have one of those. But it's a future where we now have things being taken away from us if you have bought them digitally, whether or not that'll be films, whether or not that'll be songs, whether or not that'll be video games. Like, imagine now a world without Spotify or any kind of music streaming service. We might have ended up going back to LimeWire and downloading music, or you're going down to your local record shop or whatever to go and buy it. Like, cassettes are coming back into fashion now. Vinyl over the last 10 years has come back into fashion now. CDs are probably on their way out, but who owns a DVD player nowadays? We have one in the loft with a shitload of DVDs. We've probably got 300 DVDs in plastic Tupperware boxes, upset Tupperware boxes. What are they called? The big, I'm going to call them giant Tupperware boxes.
Storage box stuff. Yeah,
storage boxes. So we've got boxes and boxes of those in the loft that myself and Samantha have accrued over the last 20 years or so. But yeah, everything is digital nowadays, and we are at the beck and call of people who are making decisions as to whether or not we own it. We could pay £70 for a video game and in a moment's notice have that revoked from us. And I think that's why I will always, if I have the option, buy a console that has a disc drive, because backwards compatibility might not be great with the PlayStation. I mean, it's a lot better if you own the digital copy of the game and the PS4 physical copy. You can put it in. If it's one of the approved PlayStation 5 compatible games, then you're good to go. If it's not, then tough shit. But if I have a disc drive available, I'm always buying it for this reason. I can't play PS3 games on it, can't play PS2 games on it, but I have those consoles still as well. I like to play older video games. It's just the way that the future's going, and it's something that we have inherited because we are lazy bastards and don't want to get up and put discs into our console. We don't want to have to change discs to be able to watch films and stuff. We want everything at the palm of our hands. As a matter of convenience, whether or not we are lazy bastards or what, I don't know, but we don't own everything that we consume anymore. And it is, I'm probably the furthest person away from that stuff because I have to still collect that stuff, but yeah, it's just the way that we consume media nowadays. I stream films off of Netflix or whatever. I have the subscriptions from Disney Plus. I have the subscriptions for Game Pass, but I still collect vinyls. I have a stack of them down here. I still collect books. I have quite a lot down here. I still collect video games. I have got boxes, including shelves behind me. So I am still trying to keep things that matter to me. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I am definitely in the digital world as well, and I'm contributing just as much as everybody else is. I genuinely don't know what I'd do without Spotify now, though. Like, my life revolves around music and video games. Video games still collect a lot of that, but in terms of music, I don't buy new music unless I am buying a vinyl. I can't remember the last time I bought a CD.
No. I don't even know if you could still buy CDs, mostly. Goddamn. Let me jump through the comments then. I wonder if Warner Brothers are bringing out a subscription media thingy, says Ads. Stuff gets edited, so you don't get the original version. Always buy physical, says Talk Shows Are Muted. I still buy movies only as DVD or Blu-ray format. Ad says, I legit have over 1,000 DVDs, enough to do a car boot. Talk Show says, give them charity if you don't want them. Circle of Life. Discbook says 400 people watching you both chat shite. Love it. Also, happy birthday for yesterday. Nice one, mate.
Legend.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. It's a difficult one because I had a loft full of DVDs and we gave a bunch of those to charity and did some on Music Magpie-ish sort of stuff as well, a bit of both. If we got some good money from Music Magpie, if not, we're still getting charity. What's the point? But that's because we love films, but we aren't necessarily like, how would you put it? Like, we love films more than most people. We'll sit and have a good film, nice, but we're not one of these people that sits there like, I'm a filmophile. I don't know what the word is for someone that I know what an audiophile is. I don't know what a film buff guru. People that will sit there and I need to watch the original one in the original format, and that's not necessarily the way that I consume that media. Video games is more like that, but once again, Bibby is more a case of, like, you can see just behind him on the shelf, multiple different ways of playing games, including a retro console there, obviously the Game Boy just behind him on the shelf kind of thing. Bibby has more of an affinity with that. I am very much a creature of habit. One of the people that are resulting in this problem where obviously, we've been talking a bit about video game preservation, the fact that PlayStation have binned off access to old consoles and are bringing that back selectively through higher tier subscription models. But selectively, as I mentioned. So, yeah, you have to spend more money to access older content, but even then you only get their curated library of airbrushed content. You don't get to experience the originals if you want to see what it played like at that point in time. And that's something that I don't generally resonate with, but I do occasionally resonate with. Like, we were talking about playing PES 6 on the Xbox 360. If you want to play that game now, obviously, you throw it into an Xbox 360, you bought the disc, you will get a horrible game because it launched not very well. But by the end of it, it was patched to fuck. PES 2014 is probably a better example. Shit at launch, but phenomenal. Well balanced by the end of it. But you can't play that end version of the game now because all of those patches and stuff aren't there. You have to go around the houses to get them from online environments where hopefully someone's still holding on a mega upload folder or something and download that thing and put it in and kill your PC because it's full of all the viruses that came with the mega upload stuff and whatever. And eventually you might get there. But that's where we are now with content as well. So it's not just video games, it's content. You will buy, not rent something, but you've lost it because, the license that you bought the license as opposed to rented the license, but that's just long-term rental. Nah, it's a shame. So, I mean, I don't tend to buy digital content. I will buy subscriptions with the knowledge that my subscription doesn't get me open-ended access. How often do you see, this is leaving Netflix in 2 weeks' time? Yeah. So I know that most of my content and stuff is only available for shelf life time, and not all of it will be there. And for someone that was talking about music the other day, listen to happy hardcore music. That's not on Spotify. That's not on all these places. I can't hear that. So if I want to hear any of that sort of music, any bootleg stuff, any off-the-cuff urban music, often isn't on these platforms. So you have to. So I'm in a very much in support of that, although I aren't doing enough to make sure that is protected for future generations, absolutely. And clearly neither a PlayStation or Discovery, as we can see right now. The full game is often not on the disc, out of the box too, 100%. Yeah, that's the bit we're saying then about PES 14, crap off the disc. But by the time you got the 6th patch, about 9 months after launch, wonderful. But that patch isn't there to be downloaded now, so you don't get that. So you just get the game off the disc. Nah, that's not including DLCs and add-ons and things like that as well. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 off the disc at launch versus now. Yeah. So yeah, just shows you, doesn't it? If you can't get that, what a different world. Anyway, we'll put a pin in that one. We'll jump into our last story of the day. This is from Jordan Midler at VGC, and it says over 1,200 Fortnite skins now have free Lego versions. More skins will get a Lego version in the future. I did not know this. That is fucking phenomenal. Wow. So, ahead of the launch of LEGO Fortnite, Epic has announced that over 1,200 in-game costumes have received free LEGO variations. These costumes will be usable in the upcoming LEGO Fortnite mode, which will launch on December the 7th. While not every skin in Fortnite will receive this treatment, likely due to licensing issues with hundreds of officially licensed characters in the game, every original Epic-made skin for the game will receive one. I'm going to hit play on this video. I'm going to keep the audio on it as well. Fuck me, it's loud as fuck. Set the audio down a touch. So the tweet says, your favourite Fortnite outfits, but in Lego bricks. Over 1,200 outfits now have a Lego style. Find them in your locker and the item shop. So Epic has claimed that more LEGO Fortnite skins will be released regularly, so it's possible that some licensed characters will receive the LEGO treatment. Several licensed properties in the game, such as Marvel, already have LEGO figures and LEGO video games. The video games were developed by TT Games, the exclusive console rights holder to the LEGO license for over a decade. While TT no longer holds the exclusive rights to make LEGO console games, as seen with 2023's LEGO 2K Drive, there may be, great game by the way, there may be licensing issues regarding video game adaptations of specific LEGO properties. LEGO has also traditionally strayed from working with adult properties, so it's unlikely that characters like Xenomorph from the Alien franchise or RoboCop will get a LEGO version. Boo, because I've got the RoboCop skin. Boo. But a big fan of this. Like, imagine how much work has had to go into this to change. I remember seeing that weird bush thing. Change that into that. It's not a straight port process kind of thing yet. So they will have had teams of designers. I'll just call it designers generally. They'll have teams of designers working on this for probably months, making sure that all these skins have been turned into a LEGO format, passing it by LEGO, plus the internal creative teams to make sure that is a good representation. LEGO going, yep, that would work as a LEGO character, and so on. 1,200 different costumes and counting. What? I mean, I understand. We were talking about this earlier on in the pre-show. I understand that not everyone is a Fortnite fan. Fair dues. But you cannot criticize how switched on and engaged they are with their users in terms of they have the absolute. I mean, it's easy to do when you're a multi-billion-dollar company that is churning the cash, but it maintains the status quo when you are looking out for your users' best interests to keep them invested in your game. If you're hemorrhaging users, it's kind of hard to look out for their best interests because you're looking out for your own interests first. Epic don't have that. Their own interests are secure because they're earning shitloads of cash. But in doing that, you see stuff like this. Because they are secure, their content is made like no frills. Not no frills. With all the frills. It's the opposite. Their content is made with all the bells and whistles. We will do all the stupidly expensive stuff. We will redo every skin in a LEGO world for you because we can. And that's phenomenal. What are your thoughts, Mr. Bibb?
Yeah, exactly. Like my biggest thought and concern is I hope that the LEGO characters are the same size as the rest of the normal characters, because that'll be a right pain in the ass for a hitbox, won't it? They're just little tiny characters running around. So fingers crossed that they get scaled up. But yeah, I think this is unbelievable. Like LEGO getting in on this. I did see. I was trying to find the tweet that I saw to go along with this. But it's not just LEGO that's going to be coming to it as well. There's going to be other things, other events that are happening. I'm trying to explain it without actually reading it. I did have it on my screen, but I've got rid of it. Anyway, there's like 3 or 4 different events that are coming alongside this. So obviously LEGO being in the game is just one part of it, but then they will have obviously the street racing, rhythm games as well that all feature LEGO products too. So it's, again, not just one element of it. It's going to be the whole kit and caboodle to go alongside it. So again, amazing. It's just, I would say the Funko Pop of video games is just everything and more.
It's amazing, though, because the Funko Pop of video games, Funko Pop is the collectible shelf model version of Lego without the building element. Lego and Funko Pop are the same thing. They take all the brands from all the different types of media and turn it into something in their platform. And now Fortnite, the Funko Pop of video games, has the Funko Pop of building stuff within their video games. It's like Funkoception. Obviously, not Funko at all, but you get, the fact that they can work their IP and others' IPs into a platform and style set being created by another IP within their world just shows you how creative the minds and how approachable the minds are at Epic. So many brands, and like having worked in not just video games but just in general branding, you get a strong brand. This is our brand. I don't think you realize who we are. We are Coca-Cola. We don't collab with other brands because we are Coca-Cola. And then obviously over years that has changed. So you'll see Coca-Cola going, okay, we'll partner with a sports brand and a sporting athlete because that shows that Coca-Cola is not really full of sugar and bad for your health and stuff like that. But we're not gonna partner with crisps any snacks and so on, because that's too close to us. Whereas this is a video game that has another video game version of other games. It's like what the fuck, Gameception. So you've got Spider-Man, which is a video game character, as a Lego character in Fortnite. What the fuck? It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, massive hype. And the fact that they've gone through all that work, 1,200 skins for free.
Yeah.
Just within the Lego mode. So if you've got any, it probably won't impact on me that much. I use skins that are like, talking about the Funko/Lego world, I use the skins that I know from other IP more than anything else. But seeing that, the fact that they will have a Lego mode coming on the 7th, and all of these skins and stuff will be available within that Lego mode on the 7th, and they've gone through and made those 1,200 skins just to make that mode usable and playable. Other brands would just go, we've got a mode that makes shitloads of money anyway. Why would we spend the time to make 1,200 skins for another mode that's only going to be there for a bit of time, when Lego probably haven't paid enough money to secure? Nah, fuck that, nah. Just amazing.
Yeah. I can't find the tweet. I've tried to look through all the accounts that I thought it might have been on, but I did see it with the other game modes that are coming alongside it. But yeah, we're going to be cooking for the next 3 months anyway.
Yeah, the Lego stuff will only be available in Lego mode, I believe, says ads. Fall Guys, MGS. Yeah, MGS coming, Solid Snake coming. Nice. It's nice to see a little bit of a crossover. Working on the Metal Gear games and getting to play as a Metal Gear character within Fortnite, yes please. There's a Royale Lego mode, I believe. Rocket League as well? Nice. Because even the new island was Lego as well. I think it's a separate game mode. I expect the guns might be Lego style too, or Suspect even. Fall Guys, Rocket League, and a concert, and Lego. Oh, it's all going on. Shout out to Epic. Genuinely, having watched Bibby play last night, I was underwhelmed, I must admit. Despite 44 million players getting in and the hype for OG Fortnite, I was quickly underwhelmed with OG Fortnite, as you can tell by the fact that I instantly said I'm not buying the pass. The characters don't resonate with me. I'm not interested. I might jump in, I might not. I played a little bit and then I was like, okay, I had my launch day fun and I'm out again. I'm looking forward to playing more Fortnite now. So GG's, I will be playing more Fortnite over the next few months, especially in 50-ish days time when Solid Snake comes in. But yes. I mean, it shows you I'm more hyped for Fortnite's content as a PUBG player than I am for PUBG's content as a PUBG player, and it levels. Speaking of levels, happy birthday show. Yeah, he's not here, but happy birthday anyway. He's not on, I don't think. It's his birthday, so he's probably halfway down a bottle of Disaronno. But if you don't know Shogun Ash on Twitch, make sure you go and say hi, happy birthday to him, because it is his birthday today. He also streams over on the Nerd Council, by the way. So if you don't know the Nerd Council as well, he streams there too. For now, though, we're not going to stream here anymore. We're going to wrap things up. Thank you for sticking around for the best part of 2 hours, as we had like an hour-long pre-show. Plus, we jumped through the news of the day. We are going to disappear because we've got 20-odd minutes until we're back into meetings. Busy. But we appreciate you dropping in nonetheless. If you are one of the almost 460 people that are watching on the Twitch front page, please do feel free to click on the channel, drop in and drop a follow, as Fogger did, as Ben did, as 3Z0 did, as Rhyming Orange did, and as the Rabbit Raft did a little bit earlier on. We appreciate you all jumping in, giving us a chance, because, you know, it's nice. It's nice to do that. I mean, everyone probably thinks they make good content, but we feel like we make decent content. It's just difficult to get that traction when you only stream a few times a week, and that content is split across Fortnite and PUBG and some pro clubs and a podcast recording. Not many people want to watch a podcast recording, but shout out to Twitch for giving us this front page spot. Help us with a bit more exposure, because, yeah, we appreciate it. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, stick around. We are going to wrap things up and drop a raid on one of our friends. We'll probably be back with more content this week. I highly doubt that we will have content tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to be back myself this week. But Bibby is likely to be back, maybe with some scoopage as we go, but probably some Fortnite between now and the end of the week. But before any of that happens, is there all you'd like to add, Mr. Bib?
Yes, thank you very much, Graham. If you want to help shape the potential rest of the scoops this week, there's 2 ways you could do so. First of all, find us on social media.
When you said that.
Scoops. Yeah, like who even knows anymore? But yeah, you guys should know this by now. Jesus, we've got nearly 1,000 shows out there. So if you want to help shape those shows or the remaining shows this week, 2 ways you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It says at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All the links that you require will be listed in the description below if you're watching this on any of our on-demand services. But all we need from you is URL plus your thoughts and opinions. We will then give you our thoughts and opinions on the very next show, which will be at what point? At some time this week, Mr. Crane Day.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I mean, maybe tomorrow, probably Wednesday, could be Thursday, maybe 10 a.m.
Ish.
Yeah, the whole week is kind of ish. As mentioned, Bibby is one-man banding it. I am away with work for a good chunk of it, so Bibby obviously is manning the fort. Quite often that sometimes means that he can jump on for a quick dollop and get his gameplay stuff in, but it's busy, so we'll see.
Half the social team isn't going to be with me, so it's going to be very slim pickings, but yeah, you guys know this by now. When we hit the go live notification, you guys will be notified if you are following this channel.
Yeah, best thing to do, hit the follow button if you haven't done already. That way you do get that notification that Bibby's talked about. If you haven't done it, drop a follow. You'll get notified whenever we go live, whether that's 10 a.m. tomorrow or 10 p.m. Friday evening. Who knows? You will. That's the point. That's the notification. Anyway, we are going to disappear. Stick around for the raid. We haven't picked who that's going to be. We'll figure that out now. But yeah, enjoy your day. And until the next time we see you, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.